Hi there, I'm Sean Hogan. I'm the composer, programmer, and co-designer of this game, Even the Ocean. And I wanted to make a video today explaining what you can expect when you play Even the Ocean in the future. So Even the Ocean is a tale of balancing energies, or it's a linear adventure platformer where you interact with objects in the environment in order to change your movement physics. It's being made by two people, my friend Jonathan Kitaka and me. So explaining these mechanics, for example, you have this energy bar on the bottom, and when you interact with things in the environment, like these white pods, I gain more white energy. And what that does is it makes me jump higher, but also run slower. And this is done in a interpolated way, meaning that the effect grows linearly larger the more you have one energy type. And of course, if the energy bar reaches too far to one end, then the player dies and has to start over from wherever the last checkpoint was, or save point. And the vice versa, the converse is true. If I get a lot of purple energy, then I run a lot faster, but I jump a lot lower. So let me show you how these mechanics play out within the game right now. The gameplay takes place mainly in two types of areas: nature areas and gauntlet areas. And right now I'm in a nature area. This nature area is where the game begins, and you learn about the beginnings of the story of the game, which is about this woman, Aleph, that I'm playing as, and her days as a repairwoman for the city's power plants. So I'm going to go to another nature area right now to sort of explain the function of nature areas more. So, nature areas have fewer hazards, and their level design and architecture is more of a realistic sort, meaning it mimics more the sort of environment physicality you would find in real life. And as a result of that, you have more imprecise level geometry, meaning it's not 100% intuitive as to the collisions with these objects. But this is on purpose, and what it does is it gives you a sense of hiking through the area and having to rely more on visual landmarks to navigate these spaces. And within these nature areas, you also get there's NPCs who you talk to advance subplots within the story and to make your way to the gauntlet areas, which I'll talk about in a second. And before I go to the gauntlet area, I want to show you a bit about the effects of extreme energy on the energy bar. So for example, right now I'm using a debug function in the game to raise and lower my energy bar. And when you have a very high amount of purple, the effect is even more pronounced than it normally would be, meaning I run very, very fast, but I jump very low. And on the other hand, when I have an extreme amount of white energy, I jump very high, but I run very slowly. So I'll show you how these energy bar effects are used within the context of gauntlet areas. And let me open one right now. That's not the right one. Okay, so a gauntlet area is a set of areas, meaning maps. So I'm in one map right now, that are made of rooms. So this is the first room, and then I'm going to the second room. And within these rooms are certain objects that are set up for the player to interact with to make their way through. And how the energy bar plays into this is that the objects, unlike normal platformers, are not meant to kill you in like one or two hits most of the time, but instead they're meant to modify your energy level and change how the player makes their way through these spaces. So for example, if you're a player, you might prefer to have more purple energy here so that you have more of a horizontal leap, whereas if I'm in this room, you can make your way through with purple energy, but if you want, you can go for a more balanced approach. And so this is kind of a glimpse into one of the themes of the game in terms of game mechanics, which is to be non-violent and avoid traditional capitalistic tropes such as progression mechanics or leveling up or destroying that environment. What Even the Ocean does is it has you interacting with the environment in a non-destructive way that also allows for player creativity, but within a designer-defined set of levels to explore. And that is also tied in to a overarching narrative which drives the story and your exploration through different areas within Even the Ocean. So for example, this area has a very simple object, these blue squares, which you can jump into to propel you upwards. And I'll show you in just a second another object in this gauntlet. So gauntlets in Even the Ocean are power plants that Aleph has to repair by getting to the end. And so, for example, these objects are geysers, and they kind of just push you upwards. And if you notice, I also have this shield, which is used with a few of the entities for another layer of interaction. In this case, when the shield is pointed perpendicular to the water geysers, you have a more pronounced effect of your movement. And so to sort of show you how the energy can make moving through this game like very smooth, I'm going to move my energy really high up to purple. Kind of go through this just quickly. So the game in total is about 10 to 15 hours long, possibly longer depending on your experience with these sorts of games. And it's going to be out for Windows, Mac, and Linux for sure, and then also possibly some consoles sometime next year. We're making good progress. We're in the process of revising our first drafts of all of the gauntlet areas and also implementing final art in nature areas and implementing final cutscenes for the game's main story and nature area subplot threads. So thanks for watching, and if you're interested to learn more, I would follow us on Twitter or Facebook, or sign up for our mailing list on the information in the video comments below. And thanks for watching. Hope you'll enjoy Even the Ocean when it comes out.